Hey guys, it's Maddie from Let's Eat Plants, and today is the first day of a new month. Happy April to you. And that also means it's the start of a new theme, and that theme is spring. Even though it's still a little bit cold here, I'm wearing my fleece turtleneck today. It is technically spring as of the end of March, so we are going to be doing a spring themed month with lots of spring recipes, spring produce, and today we are starting that with a spring inspired grocery haul. So what does spring produce look like? Apparently it is things like artichokes, asparagus, fiddleheads, which I don't think I've ever eaten a fiddlehead, but I am intrigued to try. There's also going to be carrots, new potatoes, apricots, depending on where you are. And I just love springtime. The weather is getting warmer. There's a lot more fresh produce available and the farmers markets are starting, so I can't wait. So the items today are all from my local No Frills, Costco, and Healthy Planet. And with that, let's get started. First, I have these mini Bella mushrooms. These are grown in Canada, and they're actually a pretty good deal at Costco. We buy mushrooms pretty much every week or sometimes every other week. I use them quite often in soups and or pasta sauces. I also got some asparagus. Quite a lot of asparagus. I think this is 1 kg. I actually don't use asparagus that often in cooking, but I feel like in springtime it is such a popular ingredient, and with all the springtime recipes coming, I figured we'd be using it quite a bit. So asparagus you actually want to store upright in a jar of water like a bouquet of flowers. Let me show you guys real quick. I think you actually want to trim off the ends and then just store them upright like this in the fridge, which will help keep them fresh a little bit longer, and it's very cute. And then our last item from Costco, I actually got 2 of these. My favorite, the baby spinach. I do sometimes also buy the mixed greens, but I've just noticed that in winter I'm not eating quite as much salad, so I'm buying smaller quantities of those fresh greens. Otherwise you have to go through that box really quickly, whereas this lasts a little bit longer. Not to mention, if you don't use it all right away, you can store it in the freezer and it can easily be added into things like soups and smoothies. Moving on to No Frills, where actually the bulk of this produce is from, we are going to start with this very large bag of carrots. I think it is 5 pounds of carrots. These are obviously great to have on hand. They last for a really long time in the fridge. And this is the No Name Naturally Imperfect produce. I've probably talked about it before. It's supposed to be like unusual shapes or sizes, and that's why it's naturally imperfect. But I have found that pretty much all the produce that I've bought under this brand has been totally normal looking, like not different than any other produce, which even if it did look different, I would be fine with it. But it's just so funny that they're calling it that, and yet it looks exactly the same as the other produce. Regardless, I do find it is a better price, so this is what I usually get if it's available. Broccoli, I just got 3 heads of broccoli. This is probably one of Q's favorite vegetables, so I usually get about 3 or 4 heads to last us for the week. We go through a lot of broccoli. Bok choy, this is Q's other favorite vegetable. A lot of you have actually asked me what we do with all the bok choy, and since it is Q's favorite, he eats it pretty much every single week. He'll either eat it in a noodle soup or in congee or in a rice bowl. And the other thing is that it's really easy to prepare. You only need to steam it or boil it for a few minutes and then it is ready to go. Red leaf lettuce, this is what I have been having instead of that box of mixed greens from Costco. I just find that it's really nice, either this one or the romaine. I really like the crunchy pieces in the lettuce. So we've been buying this, and then also you can regrow it if you just chop it off at the end and leave it in a bit of water. So it's kind of like a buy one, get one free lettuce. Although it does take a long time to grow. We're still waiting on the first 2. And then just a couple other salady items, some mini cucumbers and assorted tomatoes. This is actually quite a bit of assorted tomatoes just for salads, so we'll probably also use them for pasta. They're also really nice in like a tofu scramble or even just for snacking. Red onion, very nice for salads, wraps, and pickled red onions. Pasta, for some reason, I feel like farfalle pasta is just like a very springtimey pasta. So I'm thinking to do some pasta salads with this. Green onions, delicious. I add these as a topping on everything. Just a couple oranges. It's nice to have some citrus this time of year. I'm thinking some citrusy dressings. And unsweetened applesauce. I love this for baking, and Costco used to carry like an 8-pack or a 12-pack. I don't know, it was a lot of applesauce, but they don't carry it anymore. So I've had to resort to buying the unsweetened one from No Frills, and I just get it occasionally if I know I'm going to be doing some oil-free baking. And last but not least, I got just a couple items at Healthy Planet. We got some apples. I found that Healthy Planet has a pretty good price on organic apples. Golden beets, I was so excited to see these. I love golden beets. I mean, I love regular beets too, but golden beets are just so sweet and delicious. If you haven't tried them yet, definitely keep an eye out for them. Even if you're not a big beet fan, you might like golden beets. So these are super easy easy to steam in your Instant Pot. I prefer steaming them over baking them, but both ways are pretty easy because it's hands-off cooking, and then you can just peel off the skin, slice them, and enjoy. Celery, I have found that Healthy Planet has a great price on organic celery, so I actually got 2 of these. As the weather is getting warmer, it will be time to juice again, and I actually love the taste of celery juice, so very excited to start that up. Last but not least, I got some sprouting seeds. This is the Mums brand, and I have been absolutely loving their sprouting seeds. Last time I got the Sandwich Booster blend, and it was delicious. They were sold out of that this time, so I decided to get the broccoli blend, and I'm very excited to grow these. If you've never tried sprouting at home, I promise it is so easy, anybody can do it, and it is just so nice to grow your own sprouts at home. They grow very quickly in only like 4 or 5 days. They are so healthy and nutritious, and honestly, like I said, it's so easy. You don't need special equipment or anything. I promise anyone can do it. And now my pro tip for actually eating all of this produce and not letting it go to waste is to wash everything as soon as you get it home so that it's ready to use. And we will be covering all of that in the next video, which I will link right here once it's ready. And in the meantime, make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss any of the upcoming spring inspired videos. And with that, let's eat plants, and I will see you guys next time.